Couple of items I wanted to share with you tonight is, as we mentioned, Joint City Council, Board of Education on January 16th. That'll be at Robertsville Middle School. Part of that will be a presentation on the new pre-K school, and you'll get the latest update from them before they start to move into construction drawings. So they've moved along quickly, and we'll be bringing that to both of you so you know that that status. There will also be an airport briefing at that joint meeting. Okay. The other thing I wanted to let you know, I know Commissioner was up here a little bit earlier, and Mr. Cappiello has looked at a possible extension until about April the 1st on the court. So that gives us a little breathing room in working with them on the courtroom facility. And then if you happen to drive by the new AMSI site, construction is underway, and Wednesday you should start to see the canopy being pulled away from the building, and there will be a press release out on that later this week. And then
Mark, real quick on that,
yes.
When you say the canopy, does that include the area that goes over the downstairs where
that's between the hotel and the
and
the building.
false
that
facade,
side
that's
canopy
going to, thank you.
will all be ripped off
Excellent.
and taken off the building. Okay. And then also finally, I just want to let you know that with this dip in low temperature and high temperature, there are a lot of water main leaks out there. Shira gave me information that since January 1st, we've had 35 water main breaks, and we continue to repair them. That's an average of 5 a day. With it going up to 60 degrees later this week, I would imagine we're going to have a few more pops in the water line. So ask everybody to be patient with us as we get those repaired, made, and then we continue to plot those on our map so that we can determine where entire segments need to be replaced as opposed to repairs. So that's kind of the condition that we're in at the present time. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Mr. Vogel.
Real quick question. I know I'm going to get stoned to death because we're getting off to kickoff time. But the question that I think got raised in a couple of emails that went around about whether a boil, no boil on some of this, do you want to address kind of what's going on with the water main,
Yeah.
and if folks should be worried about that?
Yeah, I think one of the things, unless we got into a very serious situation, we would get into a boil order. That's usually not seen because of, again, our chlorine gas situation and doing that. When we do a patch, we also have to disinfect that, and that's why you may see us bleeding at a fire hydrant before it's turned back into the system.
Mr. Callison.
Just real quickly, is this primarily, I mean, all these breaks, is it has to do with the depth of the pipes are located, or is it the age of the pipes and they're just weakened because, and the cold is really affecting them?
It's the age of the pipes, and so, you know, the ground is like a sponge, and when it's wet, it gives more room, and then the pipe shifts, and then it tightens up when it's frozen, and may cause a break and a shift. So it's just ground movement that occurs at this time of year. And with the age of it, it gets brittle when it's extremely cold, and you'll see that break. And once it starts, it may just extend itself on down a whole piece of line. And if it's large enough, if it's just a small break, you know, maybe a break from a fire hydrant or a house service line, we'll be able to repair that. But if it's a major break, then we'll have to turn off an area, cordon that off, make the patch, and then activate it again.
Mr. Krasinski.
I don't have anything to add.
All right. Ms. Smith.
Yeah, on the subject of water mains, I'd like to thank the Public Works staff for some substantial work over the last few days. We know they've been dealing with water main breaks, and in the last 24 hours or so, they did a remarkably good job of putting brine on our streets and making our streets passable today. So they deserve a lot of credit for their work.
Yes.
There were some great photos of the guys at the on the Oak Ridge today. So if you haven't seen those, take a look at those.
Mr. Hope.
Mark, also express our thanks to Chief Curley and his staff for last Friday's early morning, very bitter cold response to a fire in West End off of Lindell. Those guys worked long and hard in some real brutal weather.
Our employees have gone above and beyond the past 10 days, and we really appreciate it. Any other matters to come before council this evening? If not, we are adjourned. Thank you for your attendance. Beth? I'm going to take this letter with this copy because you've got a copy. Okay. Yes, ma'am.